Saturday, February 10th. Well, I thought back in 1964 in the winter there, I thought that, well, now that the Beatles had been on Ed Sullivan, we wouldn't have to talk about them anymore. We would move on to other stuff. I was wrong. Got to school and found out all the girls were talking about the Beatles. That's all they were talking about. I mean, and they knew all kinds of things about them. The girls would sit around and they would talk about the Beatles' favorite color or when their birthdays were or a rumor that one of them was secretly married. And I couldn't understand this fascination with them. But it wasn't just the girls. Down at the lunchroom, Cousin Tommy Tadpole, he brought it up. He said that Uncle Mal had told him that the Beatles were they're white boys singing black music. That's what he said. What? And that's when Michelangelo said, well, you know, he's kind of right because, well, to me, the sound of the Beatles is sort of like Elvis and Chuck Berry kind of together. Maybe even a little bit of Little Richard is tossed in there as well. Well, the three of us, me, Tommy, and Baxter, just looked at him. I said, how do you know this? Oh, well, Michael said, I listened to them on the radio and I learned some of their chords on guitar and I can tell where those sounds come from. Oh, that, I was amazing. And then Baxter said, you know, the thing is that music comes from all kinds of people. And if you listen, Chuck, you can kind of hear their voices, their stories of who they've been coming up through the music, and that's why you got like black and white coming together to create another story, and that's how it happens. Michael said, Baxter, remember a couple years ago, Sister Ann Barber, she had us singing Michael Rowed the Boat Ashore. Remember that? And well, it's a slaving song, and it comes from the Deep South, and yet we were all singing it because now it's part of what we sing. Tommy said, yeah, well, that song, the Rowing the Boat song, that was called Michael when the Highwaymen sang it, and they're a white group. And Michael said, yeah, Tom, they're a white group singing music from the black folks, just like the black folks may even take some of the white sounds and put it into their stuff. I was amazed by this. I was amazed about this back and forth stuff. And Baxter said, yeah, that's kind of how it works, isn't it, Michael? Michael said, yeah, he said. We all sat there thinking about this. And Baxter, he finished his devil dog, and he said, well, you know, when you think about it, it's hard to find any racism in music, isn't it? Because it all comes together. Well, we'll move on and do another one tomorrow. See you then.